Okay, we got one watching. I don't know who that one is. Silly, what's going on? Nice to see you. Uh, wait a second. Let me away. Sorry about that. Silly, you have to get a heart cath tomorrow. That's not good. Hey, Miss Zeno, how are you? It's back. I was trying to figure out how to pin the StreamYard link to the top, and I forgot it again. Deuce can do it. What's going on, Wyoming? Italian Princess, hello. What's everybody doing tonight, and how is everybody doing tonight? That's awesome. That's awesome. Silly, keep us posted, or have someone close to you keep us posted on what's going on if you can. My house is quiet. Wyoming. That's good. That's good. That's good, silly. That's good. So, got a group question for y'all. We always had, the last time we did this, we had so much fun. So, first, everybody hit that like button for me so we can get our numbers up. And number two, what is the one thing that you're afraid of the most? The one thing that you're afraid of the most. Silly says being buried alive. And Italia says, oh shit, that's a deep question. But no, it's not a trick question. It's it was so funny the other night we did this and I asked the chat questions and everybody answered and it was actually the most fun we've had. Wyoming says drowning. Wow. Uncle Deuce said he's afraid that he's living in an alternate universe. So, okay, how about this? Italian Princess says being alone for the rest of my life. I used to think that too. And had just about gotten to a point where I believed that it was going to be that way. Yeah. Uh, No, he's not afraid of me. I'm pretty damn predictable. And very much a creature of habit. So let's see. Let's see. All right, Italian princess, you ask the chat the next question. You ask the chat the next question, and I will answer as well. It happens that way. I had a lot of those, Italian. A lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. And I don't think anyone that's living hasn't been there. And I guess it's because of all the bad and all the bad relationships that I've had that when I recognized Deuce for who he was and what he could be to me, then I believe firmly that it was because of all the bad. All right, Italian, we're waiting on your question. What question would you like to ask everybody in here that would be an interesting thing to talk about? And then the Italian princess gets to choose the next one. Come on now, you can do better than that. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Oh no, we already went through this. I told this story last night. So, Sino, if you don't mind, go back to last night's live and it'll answer it. Seriously. But we met, I will say this, we met because of the freedom movement and the 1776 restoration movement. We absolutely, beyond the shadow of a doubt, did. So, yep, it was. Actually, hold on one second, y'all. Mm, okay. Uh, Italian Princess says, if you could meet anyone dead or alive, who would it be and why? Hmm. So, for me personally, my answer is going to be I would like to meet Elvis, and the reason being is because I want to know if he's dead or not. There you go. And I have my reasons. Kathy says Uncle did it. Yeah, it was. Sino, that's true. Sino in the chats. I helped her out. We liked each other. She visited me, and the day I met her was amazing. It was. It was, and not only that too, but our first phone call was pretty damn amazing. As a matter of fact, I think we talked that night for almost 7 hours. How can you talk to someone for 7 hours? Okay, Italian princess. Oh, and there's still some people that hasn't answered the question. That's true. Hmm. So, if you could meet anyone dead or alive, who would it be and why? Yep, Wyoming. Yep, 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 yep. So, I answered mine. Michelle Taylor says John Lennon. Cool. Kathy says, I want to meet Uncle and Ms. Kathy, remind me one more time where you're located. Oh, poor thing, California. So, okay, Wyoming girl, you pick someone in the chat to pick the next question. Just name a name. Random. Wyoming girl says Kathy, but I'm waiting on Princess. If you hadn't already, please hit that thumbs up. Every time we do, and we get at least as many that's in the room right now, um, we get a few more. So it's pretty cool how that works. All right, silly for him. You choose next question. No, Kathy hadn't yet. Best vacation location and why? Um, Me personally, I like the mountains. The temperature's cooler. The scenery's beautiful. Um, and there was a time when I hiked trails and things like that. I could probably still do it, but it would hurt me for a week, if not 2 weeks. But I used to hike them mountains, especially North Georgia mountains. Um, there's my answer. And I love the wildlife. I love seeing the deer and the birds and everything. Wyoming girl says, our cabin cause I get to share my childhood memories with my boys, making their own memories there. Cool. That's a good reason. Italian princess, Sicily and Naples, Italy. My roots began there. Cool. That's that. Not everybody can say that Italian. Michelle Taylor, any beach somewhere, mountains anywhere near water. Uh, Silly Colorado, but it's because my brother is there and I need to teach the Miz to repel. Haha, not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I want to see it though, and I want to take my camera up there and take pictures because um, that's what I like to do. Uh, Uncle, how far is your brother from Wyoming? I live close to northern Colorado. Uh, Bahamas dream vacation. Nope, not gonna happen. Okay, so silly, you choose the next one since you asked that question. Hmm. All right. Then you go repel with him. I'm not. No, it's not your turn. Not yet. Silly says I choose Uncle Deuce. Okay, I guess it's your turn. Okay, go ahead, Uncle Deuce. Baby, will you fix me a drink? Or do you want to talk to chat while I?
Okay, I gotta think of my question though. I lost it.
He said he lost his question. You should have picked somebody other than Uncle Deuce. He's busy. So what's your question?
No, it's my question time.
We're waiting on you.
I'll talk to you guys. Give me a second.
You know, Wyoming, we still have that hole for the retreat, and you're not far enough along that you can't fly. Or better yet, you're not big enough that you can't fit behind the steering wheel yet. Mm-mm. Sino says, "Come on, Uncle Deuce, what's your question?" I'm gonna refresh real quick so I can see exactly what's going on because it don't. If you don't refresh, the numbers ain't right. But apparently it was. 7 watching now. Okay. Michelle Taylor says, "By the way, you're looking radiant these days, and hurry up, Uncle." And Silly says, "We're waiting." I think he's typing it out, y'all. Okay. If you could freakishly acquire a talent, just one, which talent would you choose? Wow. Freakishly, freak, freakishly acquire a talent. Wyoming girl says swallowing knives. You are braver than me. I don't like sleeping on them, let alone think about them going down my throat. That's all right. Did you put stuff in it? Okay.
Kind of weak though, but yeah, I did.
Silly says flying. Is it a year today? Cool, Italian. Thank you for reminding us. And look what a difference a year makes. Sino says, wow, that's a tough one. Italian Press says invisibility. Hell yeah. Like the cloak in Harry Potter. Kathy says becoming a witch like Samantha. So you want to be a good witch, right, Kathy? Oh, we're up to 9, guys. Hit that like button, guys, if you haven't already. Um, say hello so we know you're in here so we can include you in the game we're playing. Right? All right, Uncle Deuce, you choose the next person for the question. Ooh, Sino, knowing what every number of the Powerball, you get bored with it quick. Kathy says I can pop in there and mess with Uncle, laughing my butt off. Yeah. I have pictures on my community page from a friend in Golden Valley. Hmm. Come on, Deuce. Deuce says what we're waiting on Deuce to choose a person. We got 11, y'all.
Who hasn't been chosen?
I don't know. Kathy hasn't.
Okay.
Sino hasn't. Let's see. Wyoming girl, has she? She hasn't. Michelle has not. There's several. So pick one. Okay, Sino, question. Silly, you're quitting on us, man. 13. Wow, you guys. Everybody hit that like button. Send us a text so we know you're here so we can include you in the game. Good night, Silly. Have a safe night. Don't eat nothing after midnight. You'll turn into the green slimy thing that's in Gremlins. And we'll be praying for you. You be careful. What hospital are you going to? Hey, Grow Better. How are you? All right, Sino, we waiting on a question. Sino's going to ask a question and then everybody answers it, but then she chooses the next one. What is your favorite guilty pleasure? Ah, I will say honestly, mine is anything that I have to ask Deuce to get for me, especially monsters. If I have to ask him for them, it kind of like hurts my heart to have to ask him, baby, would you please pick me up a monster on your way home? It just irks my nerve. Italian Princess says cheesecake. Uncle Deuce, Coors Light, of course. And then Sino says my hubby. Oh no, excuse me. Silly says at Sino my hubby. Good night. Be safe. Give us an update as quick as you can. Baked goods and also cheeseburgers. Really? Michelle says I have many. Really? Oh goodness gracious. All right, Sino. I know, right? Sino, you choose the next participant. And we have Grow in here now. Or at least she was. They were in here. My next is Hot Wheels. I have too many. Yes, he does have too many. All right, what's up, Michelle? It's your turn. You choose a question. All right, Kathy. Italian said I'm checking out for a minute. Rodney, we're playing questions. Michelle says, "Do you believe in ghosts?" Um, Kathy says, "Yes." Quickly. Hey, interesting question, actually. Um, Sino says 100% at Michelle. See, Wyoming Girls says yes. Well, I excuse me, I got the hiccups, y'all. I've dealt with the supernatural to an extent, so I will say yes. Um, Michelle says she as well. Um, Very good question. Question of the night from Michelle Taylor. Do you do you believe in ghosts? I feel like this personally. If you believe in God and then you read the Bible talks about there being many dimensions of heaven and earth, and that there are things in other dimensions that us humans in our dimension cannot see. So God only knows what's out there. Honestly, y'all. So yes, you get question of the night. All right, and you get to choose, and we're running out of people, so we can either start another round. That's going to be up to y'all, but we got one more, I think, left. Kathy, did you get a question? Uncle Deuce says, Michelle, I'm 50-50. There could be dimensional beings or humans caught between the now and the next, or aliens. I think there's a little bit of all that, honestly. Okay, so you ask a question, and then we got Rodney Andrews. Um, Kathy and Rodney, I think, are the only two that's left. Kathy said, "What is your best childhood memory?" Okay, Wyoming as well. Um, I'll just tell you from my 7-year-old perspective. Every moment I spent with my father was golden for me. I mean, literally, if I was with him, I was happy. It didn't matter what we did or where we were, unless we were riding around in deep ditches and mud bogging and a couple other things that he knew. Oh, shooting off his rifle right next to the truck. Those kinds of things, yeah. Michelle says being around animals. Rodney says fishing with my gramps. Oops, I didn't say this either. It could be that our pets are actually stronger mental beings that can control us, and maybe they are giving us hallucinations. Yep, you have to love me. Um, and Michelle, I did get your comment about looking radiant these days. Thank you very much. It's funny what happiness will do to you. And then Kathy says, going to the lake, water skiing, hanging with family. See, that's my kind of stuff. That's how I grew up. Grilling out. If there was a what? If there was a celebration, my dad would throw a hog on the grill, hold all the head, I swear, and literally smoke the whole daggum thing. So it was cool. Okay, so Wyoming question. Pick a question. And then we'll let Rodney finish it out. Right. That's the way that, I mean, it was funny. My dad had, let's see, four: Aunt Helen, Aunt Shirley, Aunt Faye, three sisters, and four brothers. All of them had kids, and all of us were girls. I'm going to ignore that, Uncle. So we'll talk about, I don't even want to talk about it. Uh, If you could be any animal, what would it be and why? I say a monkey because a monkey can climb anywhere at any time at any given time. Uncle Deuce, fox, they are underrated. A horse because I love them, says Kathy. Don't you think it should be like a rule in a relationship to never discuss your exes to a degree? Does anybody else agree with me? A wild horse, yes. And Rodney, if you have never been to Georgia, if you think wild horses are beautiful, I would suggest that you go to Georgia and visit a small island off the coast of Georgia called Cumberland Island. And they have wild Mustangs that just run loose on that island everywhere. Wyoming said lions are awesome. Nina Rice, we got another victim. Wild horses, yes, yes. Okay, so Uncle Deuce said maybe not a fox, an eagle would be cool because I get to fly. So that sounds like a winner. All right, Rodney Andrews, pick a question. Everybody hit that like button. We got 13. If you're in here and you just came in, let us know you're here so we can include you in questions. Good night, Kathy. Sweet dreams. Get some rest. Safe night. Well, not only that, but one major philosophy. Exes are exes for a reason. Rodney Andrews says, if you can go back in time, when and where? Oh, that's a good question. Awesome question. Nina Rice, Uncle Yes, us ladies stick together. Haha. She gonna take my side because we females stick together. Um, if you could go back in time, when and where? Mm, okay, Wyoming girl says the Wild West, but I don't want to be a woman because I'm not wearing a dress. Oh Lord, you sound like me. Me and Deuce were talking about wedding plans and stuff and what we kind of wanted and what we didn't out of getting married and crap. And I told him, I said, look, I don't want to do that whole formal shit. I just don't want to do it. What I want is all my Freedom Family live streams and Convoy Santa to marry us like it should be. Live. That's what I want. But that's man, he's dragging his heels, Wyoming. He's dragging his heels. I've never seen somebody drag their heels so bad. Okay, Uncle Deuce, laughing my ass off, Wyoming. Nope, he has to be period correct. How about an Indian woman? Michelle Taylor, Wyoming. Okay, Nina Rice, back to my childhood in the 60s. It was awesome. Hmm. I thought the 80s were awesome. Sino says 2005 because that's when I met my sweet little baby. Wyoming girl, uncle, my nickname as a kid was Annie Oakley. Oh, you disappeared. We got to get you. Just hang in there. We got you. But see, you wasn't talking, so I thought you were gone, Grove. Okay, so who asked that question? Rodney. Okay, so the next one's gonna fall on Nina Rice. Sam, hello and welcome to the chat. Um, we are just all freedom fighters and family, and we're playing questions right now. The chat chooses a question, we roll with it. I got you next, Grow. You're coming up. Wyoming says, Uncle, why are you dragging your feet? Just take her down. No, no. See, that's the problem. I don't want to go to the courthouse. No, I want Convoy Santa to marry us because I feel that he is a key role in how we met, and it's only right. And that was the one request I've had since the day I fell in love with Deuce. Period. When we get married, I want Uncle Deuce. I want Uncle Deuce. No, I want Convoy Santa to actually do the ceremony. Okay, Sam, I have explosive diarrhea. Some even got on the dog and walls. Okay. Um, 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 one of the mods, Uncle Deuce, somebody take care of that. So Deuce wants to check out the pyramids. Sitting Bull, Nina Rice. Cool.
Oh, no, I'm leaving it.
What?
No, that's staying there. Oh, I love it. I think it's great.
So Wyoming says, okay, Convoy Santa will marry y'all.
I'm real happy.
So when and where? Come on, Uncle. So it's like this. Uncle is like, look, man, he is. We have had so many. We don't argue, but we do discuss. And we have had so many nights where this topic was discussed because now that I've got here, he's like getting cold feet or something. I don't know. All right. Let's see. Who had the last question? Who had the last question? Yeah, knock yourself out. Y'all do whatever. Because he's sure giving me, I don't even have a ring yet, man. That ain't even right. Um, Between us and Convoy Santa, it'll be live streamed. But yeah, I want it live streamed. And I think it's only fitting that Santa live streams it because we met in his chat or because of him and his chat. How many times did I propose to Uncle Deuce on live chat? Who knows? No, you're not either. He's not going to do that. We don't know where to find him, actually. That is what, because he even said that one day in chat to me when I was modding for him. He said, you have everybody's contact numbers. And I was like, not yours. Man, it's only fitting that Convoy Santa does it, y'all. I have no idea how to make it happen. I do not have his contact number. My main mod, the one that we originally chose, neither one of them are in here tonight, and one of which has his phone number, but she's not here. And Caitlin, hello. Welcome to the Deuces. So no, I don't talk to Big D, Wyoming girl. I'm stuck in Texas. Last I heard, Big D only operated on TikTok, and I don't do TikTok. No, you're not throwing crickets on us, Wyoming. No. Okay, so Next question goes to who hasn't had one. Really? I didn't know that. Somebody needs to post that link. Rodney, wasn't you the last one? I'm dragging my feet because paying for all of our family to go find Santa will be expensive. I'm money shy. No, it's not. It is money shy because see, never mind. I'm not going to even going to get into it. Rodney, you had to turn. I want to get married on Farina Corner. I want Santa to do it, and I want him to do it live. All right, Caitlin. Next question. Ask the room a question, and we all answer it. That would be awesomely cool. I would love that because it involves the people that we love. The problem is, how do you get nowadays? Now, in like, we're not talking. We're talking about post convoy. How do you get that many people in one place at one time? Like we could do that. If you can do that, you do it. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm thinking about starting a merch page or either an auction day or something because I'm collecting merch now rapidly. And I'm trying to start generating because my goal is to generate enough money from the page that Deuce doesn't have to work. I want him home and I want to get out and do things. I want to get both of our vehicles fixed where we can actually like go over the road and do some interesting shit and grow and really use the feedback from you guys. That's why I include y'all like I do when I'm in chat because I want y'all to know that when we do go over the road with this, you guys are going with us and y'all going to help decide where we go and what we do. I mean, I would love it because I'm going to tell you something. From the day I met Deuce, in all honesty, I knew that he was the one. It was a love unlike anything I've ever known. And when you spend a week with a pure stranger and it's just nothing to worry about at all, and you are chillaxed and laid back and just enjoying his company, then that goes a long way because there's a lot of room to be uncomfortable right there in that scenario. I mean, do I want a nice service? Yes. Do I want to get all fancied up and dressed up? I'd rather die than wear a dress. But on that one day, if he wanted to do it that way, I would wear something with an empire waist and it would be really just easy and simple. But that's as close as he's going to get me to going down the aisle and all that frilly shit, makeup and all that. Nope, 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 not going to happen. But yeah, I mean, there is no doubt that I'm going to be Mrs. Dusick, but he is like way slow with everything. Just like, okay, so case in point, and this ain't beat up on Deuce. I'm just saying that, I can't go up to him and grab him by the lapels of his jacket and go, give me what I want, a ring and your last name. I can't do that. And so that would be kind of tacky and rude. But I've thought about it a time or two. So yeah, I'm ready anytime. I love him. I'm ready and I'm ready. That this is it for me. There will never be no one else. This is what love is supposed to feel like. This is the stuff that you read about in the books and shit. And I finally get a chance to feel it. And to him he's ordinary and to him he's everyday and I could do so much better and yada yada. I tell him the same thing. And Wyoming girl, uncle, uncle, uncle. I don't know what else to do. He told me originally, Wyoming, he said, if you will clean my house, I'll put a ring on your finger in 3 months. The 18th of October made 4 months. I don't hate him ever, ever. No, no, no. That's not true. No. No, it wasn't like that either because he's like a week prior, Nina, a week prior to me actually coming to Fort Worth to see him, he's like, I know what's going to happen. You're going to come up here and fuck up everything. Literally, you're going to turn everything upside down. And he still bitches about it to this day. For real. He did, though. There's a lot more to us meeting. There's a lot more to the story than you guys have heard. Some of you probably. But um, me and God had a heart to heart one night, and I told him, I was like, your word says we were never meant to be alone. And I told him, I said, I don't understand how it seems like the bad always prosper and the good always, the people that have a good intention and a good heart always hurt. And I told him, I said, the only way I would ever give love a chance is if you laid the right man with the right manner, with the right looks, with the right personality in front of me, and everything clicked at one time. A man that only you could send me. Let's see. Grow better. Clean my house. You're my wife. I don't think so. Sino, Uncle Deuce, I don't believe that. She sounds pretty head over heels for you. Of course. That is true. Uncle Deuce. Caitlin, maybe, but you need a different furnace system and there is nothing left of the refineries. Do you have anything I can look up? I'm really interested in conspiracy theories. Uncle Deuce, you're living a conspiracy theory. So, so I tell you what, since you guys seem bored with us picking and choosing who asked the question, let's put it to you this way. Open questions. Open questions. You ask the questions. Caitlin, no cooking necessary. Set slot mortar only super strong. I've never been I've never been what I would consider a traditionalist in the aspect of, I think everybody who gets married should have this big ass church wedding that ends up costing you $15,000 or $20,000. I don't want a ring that costs even a quarter of that. I mean, to me, that's just ridiculous. Um, Gold is, in case anybody didn't know, yes, it's a precious metal, but it's also one of the softest metals there is. And is if you do manly shit, which I do, I'll get out there and work in the yard with Deuce any day, and I will bend the shit out of gold, and I don't want it because it's soft. Okay, so let me see where we are. Amen. Grow better. You're my woman. Damn it. Cook naked for me. Watch an apron. Watch an apron. No, no, no. I will never cook in just an apron. That way, because I'm the fry person, as he says, I'm the fry girl. If I'm the fry girl, grease pops. Fuck no, forget that shit. My skin's delicate. I don't want it burnt and scorched. So, all right, you guys ask the questions. Waiting on a question. I'll answer. Deuce will answer. Someone else can answer. It doesn't matter. Ask you questions. All right, Caitlin, have a good night. No, I won't ever. No wedding dress. Who's more likely to be fatal attraction, Miss or Uncle? Probably me. Probably me, Sino, because honestly, now that I've gotten a taste of what life is with Deuce, I couldn't imagine being without him, and I'd go crazy. Any more questions? So I can't decide whether I want to like take a couple things a night when I go live and auction them off, which is possible. I thought about it. Or have a merch page because I'm collecting stuff. So you guys give me your ideas. Y'all let me know because I really want this channel to be something. And I really want you guys involved in what we do. So there you go. Anybody else want to ask a question? Because if you guys are done, I will go ahead and let y'all finish up conversation and we'll end the live for the night. Thank you, Sino. Thank you. You know what? We click and we work, and most of all, we can coexist together and not get on each other's nerves. And instead of arguing, we talk. And instead of fighting and screaming, we listen. I have fish and flies and Hot Wheels. This is true. We should do a live. What I would like to do is get Deuce to pull all of his, like, I won't say valuable, but memorable slash valuable Hot Wheels, and then do a live on that one night because he's every time he goes to Walmart, y'all, he buys. Well, he hasn't the last month, but he generally buys Hot Wheels, and he wants to fly fly. He wants to tie flies for y'all one night. I want to take you guys to the water gardens. I also, when it gets to a point where we can like branch out a little bit and we have a little more people where we could go from state to state, I want to go to California and check that out, that portal. I'd like to go to the border and check out the immigration situation. There's just we could go to well, yeah, we could go to Alaska because that's United States and see the northern lights. We could do all kinds of shit, man. Come on now. Copacetic. I don't. I'd rather fish with a cane pole and a cork. Grow better. Nobody in here cares if you've had a drink or two or 10. As long as you can type straight, we're good. The river walk. Where? What river walk? Baby. We're not the last two. My computer says there's 7 in here. Hold on, let me refresh. Grow Better says touche. Right now we have 7 people in chat. And well, apparently yeah, everything's updated. Uncle Deuce, Grow, what do you think I'm doing? Laughing my ass off. And you know what, Grow Better? So since you feel so good and so mighty fine, I'm just curious as to exactly what you're growing, my man. Sino says San Antonio. What about San Antonio? Hold on, I'm lost. Oh, Jordan Peterson. Somebody tell me what San Antonio is about. Did I miss something? Yeah, Deuce told me that as soon as he got home today. I thought it was funny. Baby, I'm trying to get his attention. He's got his head plugs in. Watch this. Oops. Has anyone in the chat tonight, where there's only 7, but still, has anybody seen the Northern Lights with their own eyes? Yeah, right here. San Antonio River. Well, I've been there, and it is beautiful. And I don't know, we'd have to get a little bit bigger than what we are now, because if we do something like that, it's going to have to be strictly viewer funded. And like what I would like to do is incorporate us on the road with meet and greets too. Like if we're in a certain state and you guys are local to that or within driving distance, we can always get together and go live and be able to meet everybody. And I think that would be cool. Rodney Andrews, what is your drink of choice? Um, are we talking alcohol drink or just in general? Rodney says, seen them in Ireland 5 years ago. Wow. Oh, you're asking Deuce. My drink of choice on just a daily basis, sweet tea. First thing in the morning, coffee, then sweet tea. Like when Deuce leaves in the mornings, a lot of times I'll go outside and I'll smoke my first cigarette, drink a cup of coffee, and then I'll go live just to have coffee with everybody. And I have what they call empty house syndrome, I guess, because when Deuce leaves, when the boys are gone, it's quiet. I feel like weird. We all care, and that's what's cool about the Freedom Family. It don't matter if you're imperfect or if you're not straight all the time and you don't always make the right decisions and you've had bad shit happen in your past and um you got some shit that you just don't want people to know or whatever the situation is. But when it comes down to it, all of us have one thing in common: we're awake. We know what a fraud our government is. We know what a fraud our Congress and our Senate are. And we literally are just fed up and tired. And um, we were fed up and tired a long time ago, but some of the people in the United States are going to have to get real freaking miserable to get off their couch and get involved. And then the question's going to be is by that time, is it going to be too late to change anything? Very possible. Whiskey out my still. Miss Deuce, were you living in Georgia when you went to Bunker Hill? I was. I was. I was living in Atlanta, left out of Atlanta airport, flew directly into, it was not DC, it was the airport above it. And then I took a train to DC. Baby, oh, there should be a half a can in that can. There was a can sitting on the counter and it was half full in here. Okay.
No, they steal them.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're about to.
I was living in Georgia when I went to DC, and I've never been so afraid of anything in all of my freaking world because I'm a single female, a single parent with two kids. Dad's not involved in the least. I had not crossed that threshold yet with Deuce, so I was by myself and I was scared. I was scared to go. I was scared to stay. And me and Deuce had that conversation so many nights. And I told him, I said, look, if I can make it to the group, I'm going to be fine. I'll be protected just being around Santa and Stormtrooper and Bandit 178 and Glory Be Freedom and Mag Americans. I'm sure, oh, Joe, Taco Joe, First Responders Media. Uh, I said Stormtrooper. And I'm sure there's some I'm not thinking about. So yeah, third of its kind, and I met because I was on when I got to the lawn. The first person I ran into was Red Mama. When I ran into Red Mama, she was walking around the lawn with no shoes. She was walking around in socks. I didn't. I had sprained my ankle, so I could care less about shoes of any kind. And I got in at 11 o'clock at night, so it must have been the following day. But I told her, I said, I got a pair of slides. I said, I'll give you. They're going to be too big. But she took off in my slides and still probably has them to this day. But the thing about it is that's how I met Red Mama. I got to meet Hippie Mama and Big D. I got to meet, of course, Convoy Santa, Mags American, Glory Be, Bandit 178. I got to meet Stormtrooper's girlfriend. I got to meet Stormtrooper, Glory Be, Sherry. Yes, I was there when the crazy critters were there. As a matter of fact, I got there about 2 days before the split because the last day that we were there, the Capitol Police got involved. There was a line, and I have footage of it in my phone and on some of my pages where the Capitol Police is like, the ants are over here on this side, and we're over here on this side, and the Capitol Police is literally in the middle. And then, like, something happened that I missed between the group and Santa. And the Capitol Police is like, Santa got upset and was like, this isn't what we signed up for. Da, 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 da. And there was some miscommunication. And then everybody went here and there and everywhere. And it was over just that quick because, I mean, they were talking about locking all of us up. So Rodney says Oreo and Golden Chariot were my favorites. I was on civil speaking terms with Oreo. When I was at Bunker Hill, he was there quite frequently. No issues. Him, Matt, and Jalen all kind of stuck together. And I'm a social butterfly, so of course I talk to everybody. And if he was live and I walked by him, I spoke to him. But that's about all because when Oreo was live, he was in his live. What not was crazy, Sino? Rodney, why do you think that they are your faves? Who? Oh, Uncle Deuce is asking that question. My bad. Rodney says, or Uncle Deuce says, Rodney, you just add vodka from four Bloody Marys. I'm not fixing to drink no tomato juice. Whether it's spiked or not, I don't care. I don't want it. And I love the Golden Chariot. Me and the Golden Chariot on the lowdown had a deal. He was fussing and fussing because I know. Okay, first off, I know a fellow smoker when I see him, and I know a hurting fellow smoker when I see him. So I was listening to his live chat, and he was like really going through some crap. And I told him, I says, you know what? I'm on my way up there, and I got you. When I get there, I got you, man. I got you. So I walked up with him live right on the back of his van and went. It was about 11:30 at night, and I said, "Hey, it's Angela Brewster, and I have arrived, and I owe you a favor, a promise." And we took off and took care of business. So I got well acquainted with the Golden Chariot, and he's pretty sweet man, very humble. He's been through a lot of crap, just like all of us. Well, I don't know what's going on with him recently, but he's a really really nice guy, and I guarantee you, if you are diligent and you pray about it, you will get it. I couldn't believe it took me 50 years to find Deuce. So don't ever think it can't happen to you. Whatever you need in your life to fulfill that part of you, if you pray enough and you keep on, it's gonna fall in your lap and shut your ass up at some point, and that's what it did to me. But I couldn't be happier, so that's where we're at. I was supposed to be there for a week, and I knew that there was a possibility that all hell was gonna break loose because there was already a lot of static going on with the movement. And so I was like, and I told Deuce, I called him, I was like, I'm a little scared to go because what if I get up there and everything goes to hell? And Deuce reminded me, he's like, just go to Bunker Hill. And that's what I did, and I was safe there. And there was good people there. He is fun. Uncle Deuce, she won't drink tomato juice, but love. Oh, I love the sketty. Yes, because it's not. I don't want to drink tomato juice with salt like my mom used to. I don't want to do that. If I want tomato juice, it's going to either be in my ketchup, it's going to be in a marinade, it's going to be in barbecue sauce, it's going to be in rice. It is not going to be in a cup with vodka in it. No, he is. He is. I loved him. I loved everybody just about that was in the movement. I have my favorites, Convoy Santa being one. But yeah, that's just like one of the things that I will never, ever, ever forget was when I first got there. It was like late, 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 like 11:30 at night, and that was even DC time because DC and Atlanta time was the same. So no, no tomato soup. My mama used to love it hot with salt and crackers in it. No. Uncle Dew says my favorite was Santa, but back when he could chat and drive, he was funny. And you're right. It changed when he was camped out on the lawn. Rodney Andrews. That was when I was going through surgeries and movement got me through absolutely. The movement saved my life in a lot of ways because right there in the very beginning stages before I met Santa, I was ready to go to the state, give the kids up because I didn't think I could do right by them. Um, and just, I didn't care if I drew a last another breath or not. I just didn't care. And now I look at my life now compared to that maybe even a year ago. It was prior to a year ago. Well, about a year ago, actually. Yeah, a lot's changed in that year. And now my whole perspective has changed. And when you change your perspective and your surroundings, it'll change the way you think. Sino, what about Saznak? No. Saznak was he was cool, and I really liked the way Saznak stood by the convoy. But if I had to go into his chat, it would make me sick because the women, man, there was so many women in that man's chat, and then they're all wooning and swooning. If I'm gonna see and be around that, it's gonna be because I'm slobbering over my man. And that's as close as it's going to get. I don't want to watch another people or 1,500 people slobber over one man. Uncle Deuce says, I miss old Santa. I was a king of the misfit toys. Uncle Deuce says, Sino, snack is okay for a while, eh? And that's true. After a while, it'll make you nauseated. Yes, he was mod for many. And I started out being a mod for many too, but it's just especially during the day because during the day while Deuce and the kids are gone, that's when I clean house. So I deal with Santa, Stormtrooper, our channel. If U-Haul goes live, if Aruba goes live, any of the smaller ones that we're building up, yeah, we all build up. Two Finger, yeah, we all build up together. Yep, B is another one. And Saznak was a good looking man, don't get me wrong. But he wasn't so damn good looking that all 1,500 females that was in his chat had to slobber all over him constantly. And I just got tired of seeing it. So you couldn't have a conversation for them stroking his ego, as we say. So, all right. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to end things on a very, very, very special thing I want y'all to think about for the next couple of nights. I'm starting to accumulate little trinkets, and I want to know if you guys would like to see a merch page or like an auction day where we auction some of this stuff off. So you guys let me know what y'all think. You can email me if you don't want to mention it live. Uncle Deuce, bad selfish snacks. Sometimes I go to the truckers. Okay. Uh, we have two needs for the channel. I'll put it out there. We need a microphone that is wind resistant. And we're going to need a versatile stationary tripod for a cell phone. Those two things, unless I'm mistaken, are the two biggest issues we got. Because when we go live at the meet and greet, I want to be able to like turn the phone towards the live action and then have everything else on the mobile. Okay. Don't hold me against who I like. I don't know what to think about that, y'all. Okay, one last question. Is there anything anyone wants to ask from me or Deuce or us or anyone else in chat? One more question before we end the live. That can be, it would even be better if we all interacted in the question. So one more time, one more question. Somebody pick one. Grow, pick a question. Da na 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 na. Na 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 na. Pick a question, Grove. Deborah Hendricks. Hello, hello. Are you just coming in? Okay, Grove. No, of course not. I modded for Freedom Port and Mud Pig was the first mod for both. And one of the first four for Convoy Santa. I seem to know everything, says Grove. Okay, okay. Deborah Hendrick, pop a question that you'd want to ask to me or Deuce or the entire chat. So, how many links does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop? It depends on how big your mouth is. Well, it does. So, Deborah Hendricks, a question. I've been listening, cleaning up the house. Okay, so it's your turn for a question. Ask the chat a question. So, some ideas for the channel. One night we're going to do a co-live with Uncle Deuce and Two Fingers not in here tonight. I haven't seen him at all. Um, it's going to be Two Finger and Uncle Deuce shooting darts. Anything else you guys have to suggest would be cool. Like we could do a live where we get in the car and we take our audience and everybody has a dream, right? So maybe Sino's dream is to ride around about 10 times around one of the Daytona 500 laps with her favorite race car driver. So we need to venture out and actually make some of that stuff happen with our audience. It would be cool to do that. What do you guys think? What activities do you like to relax and have fun? Well, the going live is one, reading is another one. Um, Listening to music gets me kind of crunk up to clean, so I'll put something on in the background that I don't have to pay attention to and just zone out. We have some theories: darts, Hot Wheels, trying fishing flies, tying fishing flies. Yes, we want to know kind of what you guys want to see with the channel. I am never going to chase a grease pig. It will never happen. And I try to be, and that's fun is the first and foremost thing. Yes, fun. All right, if you as a chat was given a choice by the time warp magician to either go back in time 50 years or go into the present 50 years or stay where you are, what would you choose? And see, we had a question of the day today. So we might do a little reward system with some of the trinkets I'm collecting by the question of the day. Deborah Hendricks says, listen to music and dance. Uncle Dustino, oh yeah, I got this. So I'm told. We'll see. What was the question? Who's the first one to tell her what the question was? What music? That's a bad ask. Come on, come on, come on, come on. If you could go 50 years back or 50 years forward, what would you do? I'll tell you, I would rather go 50 years in the future because at least you can change that shit. 50 years in the past still really isn't going to change nothing. But if you could go in the future, you can learn from what you see and change it ultimately from the present. I like 80s rock and smooth R&B in a lot of country. My grandfather is the reason I listen to all kinds of music, shit that goes back to the 70s records. So, right, it is, but at least it's better than dealing with something you can't change because you've already been there. Right? I could see that going back. If they okay, well let's put it this way, a new question. If you could travel back in time to be a participant in one event from the past, what would it be? I would say without a shadow of a doubt to be there for the inaugural address of John F. Kennedy in 1963. Right, right, right. I love the freedom rap though now. The stuff that the J Sixers play, I like. Come on, somebody's got to know something. So that's kind of what we go live for because when we sit and chat like this, I learn a little bit about what you guys might want. Most of you are in here quite frequently and we're building you guys are helping us build. So when it comes to deciding what you guys want to do with the channel and where y'all would like to go with it, let us know. Is it just going to be a freedom channel where we spread awareness? Or is it going to be, let's find out if there's really a portal in Northern California? And if there is, what does it do if you throw a monkey wrench in it? Does it change anything and turn into a gorilla? I mean, come on. Can you put that in a song? For all wisdom I have. Explain, grow, explain. So, if there's one thing that you're curious about, okay, so if we're going to do the chat thing and we're going to give away shit and we're going to let you guys decide where and when you want to go and do things, I'm giving you guys a homework assignment. Homework is I'm going to quiz, and I tell you what, as soon as my new shipment of stuff comes in, I'll pick a prize or let you pick a prize for the one who actually does it, for the one who actually completes it, and is ready when I go live next. Here it is. I want you to find out everything you can find out about the Georgia Guidestones. And you have to go live in the box when you relay all your stuff out. Who wants to accept that challenge? And in it for you is a trinket of your choice out of what I've managed to collect. As soon as my next shipment gets here, we'll do it live. Rodney, good night, good night, good night. Who wants to do it? Because I'm ordering trinkets for real. Trinkets that you guys will like to win or to auction off or whatever. Okay, so here it is. How did I just put it? So some of the stuff that I am accumulating right now for what I call the merch page, we could do a like a reward system for. Let's put it that way. So I need the best explanation or of the Georgia Guidestones, both for in the view of the Masons who built it and the people who don't want it there. I want you to find out all the dirt, all the good, all the bad, all the history to the Georgia Guidestones. And then the next time I go live, we'll deal with it. Whoever's got the information will get a little trinket from me. I'll mail it to you. What do you guys think? I haven't been to the Guidestones, but Sino, I lived within 30 minutes from them, and I've read every tablet in all eight languages it was translated to. So yes, I'm familiar. And currently they are no more. They've been destroyed. And it's a good thing that they were, in my opinion. But that's all music these days, Deborah. It's all music. So, does anybody want to take that challenge? Give me a detailed report on what the Georgia Guidestones were, and the next shipment that comes in between what we have now and that shipment, I'll let you choose a trinket. What is the point in going through our life? Here's a question. What's the point in going through our entire existence? I'm in my 50s. Some of y'all are in your 60s. Some of you are younger or older than both of us. What is the point in going through your entire life if you do not learn through that life? You have a chance to take what you know and spin it down on your kids. And then your kids can take what they learn from you and span it down on their kids. And as long as we keep doing that, then stuff will live on. But I want somebody to tell me one thing. What the first thing that comes to your mind when I ask you this question? The one thing that people have neglected to pass down to their kids in this generation. What are people neglecting to teach their kids that's changing the world? Tell me. Oh, well, we'll see. What do you know about them? Deuce. What county were they in? How did they get destroyed? Yada yada. The whole 9 yards. Were they good or bad? Because there was people that thought they were good. And there was a lot of people who believe in the New World Order and that it's not a good thing who believed it was bad. Because Can anyone tell me without having to look it up? Deuce, do not look it up. What the first commandment in English was on them tablets. Can anybody tell me? Sino. So, Deborah Hendricks, I have never heard of them till they were blown up. Correct. But I lived in Georgia, in rural Georgia, because 90% of Georgia is rural except Atlanta. Okay? It's country. And they're in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a damn field somewhere, like 15 minutes from my dad's house on the lake. So, yeah, we're acquainted. And yeah, there's been some crazy crap. No, it's not like that. It's understanding the role that them tablets play in the agenda that is being presented and taken out on the people. Agenda 2030. What is it? What's its purpose? The purpose is for these people that want all of this shit to literally take over the world, and there ain't a damn thing we can do about it. What little bit of us that isn't slaves now is going to become slaves. Because if you want to feed your kids and clothe them and work and have shit, you're going to have to fall in line with the system. If you don't want to do that, then you're going to have to stand on your own. However, which do you choose when the time is there? Just like the Bible says, you have to choose at that given time whether to take the mark of the beast or not. What are you going to choose? You sure do. Every day. That's right. Deborah says respect for themselves and everyone. And Rodney says you learn something new every day. You sure do. Somebody, anybody that don't mind researching for 5 seconds on the side. What is the first commandment that was on? What is number one on the Georgia Guidestones? I just need somebody to pop it up there. Yep, AI is the devil. And what it comes down to, too, is this. Number one, I did too, and it's quiet in my house. You can say that, but what would you do, Deborah, honestly? And I will pose the same question to myself as a mother. If you were standing there and you were choosing for your kids to starve or eat, if it came down to literally that choice of them bellies rumbling, they hadn't eaten weeks, you could stop it right then and there by choosing this. Could you still say that there's no way you would take it? So, now, one more time before I end the live. If you want a little trinket from me directly, that's chosen by me specifically, and then you choose out of what I got, look up and do some research on the Georgia Guidestones. And then the next time we go live, if anybody has it, I'll let you choose from what I have. Okay? But I have to go to the restroom. I don't know where in the hell Deuce went. And I would like to go out and smoke a cigarette. And since I can't get him to jump in the seat, I'm going to end the live. So, everybody, I love you. And somebody do research on the Georgia Guidestones. Whoever wants a little trinket, do some research. Probably is, But you know what? I'll live here just like he does. And he ain't got to hide from me. I'm live. Everybody can see my ass. Five, four, three, two, one. In live.